That's right, Ed. Criminal cases dismissed, suspects accused of violent crimes released. One district attorney tells me it's going to keep happening until we fix the system, and he says it all starts by following the money.
If something terrible happens to you, you expect the criminal justice system to work.
Plymouth District Attorney Tim Cruz says that is not happening now for victims of crimes in Massachusetts.
And to all of a sudden have your case thrown out because the system is not working is a huge problem.
Cruz is talking about the court crisis sparked in May. That's when private attorneys known as bar advocates, who defend most suspects who can't afford a lawyer, stopped taking new cases to protest their pay. That work stoppage has led to an avalanche of criminal cases being dismissed in Massachusetts. More than 2,000 in Middlesex and Suffolk counties since May. But Cruz is not pointing the finger at bar advocates. He is raising questions about the Committee for Public Counsel Services, CPCS, the state agency that oversees bar advocates and also has court-appointed lawyers of their own.
We need to start looking at how is CPCS spending their money.
Right now, attorneys who work directly for CPCS handle about 20% of those cases. The private attorneys who are still locked in the pay dispute, they handle the rest. But Cruz questions whether taxpayer-funded CPCS can and should be doing more.
I think that somebody needs to look at that and say, what are you guys doing with that money? And can we use it better? And can we make it a better system so individuals are going to be represented fairly and accurately?
Would you go as far as to say the CPCS, there should be an independent audit to see how they're managing their funds?
Sure. We get audited. Why can't CPCS get audited?
CPCS was allocated just over $368 million in the latest state budget. Nearly $214 million of that, 65%, goes to the private attorneys in the Bar Advocate program. Cruz says it's time to look at how much CPCS is spending on the bar advocates and whether CPCS should be taking on more clients.
Don't forget, CPCS has arbitrary cap limits. No more cases. Too many cases. We don't have that luxury.
Another reason Cruz questions CPCS, the state gives district attorneys' offices $180 million to prosecute all cases. Compare that to the $368 million the state gives to defend indigent clients.
So we do twice as much work for half the money.
In August, the legislature authorized CPCS to hire 320 new attorneys over the next 2 fiscal years. They also authorized the Inspector General to look into how the agency is spending its money. Now, in response to DA Cruz's comments tonight, CPCS sent us a statement that reads in part, the DA's suggestion that our attorneys should simply take more cases is reckless. It would violate ethical caseload limits, increase the risk of wrongful convictions, and undermine the integrity of the justice system. Reporting in the newsroom tonight, Brittany Johnson, 5 Investigate.